In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 things you should have on hand before you start designing Canva. This is going to make your whole design process a lot easier. Your designs are going to look on brand and they're going to look professional. Hi there, I'm Miranda, and I teach small businesses how to master simple design skills so that they can create a personal brand with a kick-ass visual identity. If you've ever found yourself halfway through a design and you're pulling out your hair, giving yourself headaches because the design just doesn't look right, or you don't know which direction to go in, don't stress. I've been there. I want to show you now those important things that you can have in place before starting a design to make the entire process not only effective, but more fun. Make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to show you that I use when I take one simple design and I resize it by the click of a button to be able to be used on multiple platforms. All right, let's dive into those things that you need to have on hand before starting and designing Canva. And the first thing is you need to ask yourself, who is this design for? You need to know who the audience is that is going to be looking at your design and who you want to attract to your design. Take a moment to define who you're speaking to. Are they into funky, bold designs and the type of language that goes with that? Or are they more corporate and professional and they need a more elegant type of style? So consider their style when you're creating your style. The next thing you need to have on hand is all the content that's going to go into your design. So even before you open up a new document in Canva, you can write it down on a piece of paper or you can have it in a doc file in Canva, but make sure that all the content you want on your design is clearly marked out. You have your headlines, your body copy, you have the contact details that someone needs to reach out to you on. You have an idea of the images that you want to use. You know which logos going onto the design. If you have all your elements laid out properly and you have them on a piece of paper or you have them on a dummy document so that you're not scrabbling around halfway through your design to try and find these elements, you are going to save so much time and effort. The third element that you want in place before kicking off is to know the purpose of your design. So once it's attracted the right audience, someone had a look at it, what do you want that person to do? Must they go visit your website? Do you want them to buy an item because it's on sale? Do you want them to just reach out to you and make a connection? You need to know the purpose of your design in order to get the right reaction. So set that up and don't have multiple calls to action. Have one clear purpose for the design. And then if you need to design another element with a second call to action, do so. But have that purpose clearly demarcated in your head before you start creating your artwork. And when it comes to your call to action, have the actual phrase that you want on your artwork nailed down before you start creating. So is it going to be visit my website or call this number or book your spot? You want to have that call to action written out and solidified before you start creating your design. And then lastly, you need to know exactly where and how that design is going to be used. So before you open up a document, make sure you know if it's going to be a digital design. So say something for social media, or if you're going to be printing it like a business card or a brochure. Make sure you have that in your head and solidified first, as well as the size of the document. All different social media platforms use different sizes. Canva's really good at having all the sizes set up in their templates for you, but you need to know exactly where the design is going to be looked at and how it needs to be as such handed over. So have that ready and done before you start opening up a new design and creating it, because there's nothing worse than working in a particular size and then realizing that you've got to go back and resize it and shift everything around. Or that you've created something with a lot of content and you don't have the space for it, and then you're trying to shove stuff into the design. So make sure you know exactly the size of the document and where it's going to be. But if you do jump ahead and you've created something in the wrong size, this is that bonus tip that I was talking about earlier. There is a function in Canva called Magic Resize. And once you've opened and created a document, you can go up to your menu bar at the top and you can resize this document, and it will automatically resize it to the dimensions that you want. So if you've created, say, a long banner and you want to now create a wide banner, You can put in the different sizes, and Canva is quickly going to resize your original document to the new size. I always select resize this document and make a copy so that you've got the original saved. And once it's made the copy for you, you're always going to have to go into the new one and just shift some things around, because when it does resize it, sometimes things get resized and moved around, whether that's a text box or an image or a logo. But you need to just tweak it and make sure that it looks as good as possible before you send it off. But it's a really great hack to be able to resize one element to multiple elements. Now that you know the things that you should have in place before you start a design, in the next video, I'm going to share with you the things that you should do afterwards to make sure that you're not handing it over in the wrong format. Check out the video on screen, and I'll see you there.